Max, I'm curious your perspective on the difference between brands that truly create loyalty versus brands that run programs.
Yeah, okay, love this. So I think the brands that are going to win in the future are going to deliver something that the customers are connected to, and when you think about that connection, really two concepts sort of come to mind, right? There's the intent, and then there's the integration as well. And what I mean by that is brands need to initially have the intent to weave loyalty and all of those principles that I've talked about through the entire customer experience to make sure that that exists. But then the integration is really integrating, that intent and making sure that it's executed at a high level, frictionless, omni-channel, wherever it's appropriate. It's important, I think, to treat loyalty as let's look at it as a strategic extension, of the brand. You've got your first and zero party data, which is absolutely critical, and I think all brands, really need to look at collecting that data and using it in a meaningful way. It's really about embedding rewards, into that, into your overall experience whenever it's suitable. I mean, you can't reward folks for not doing anything, of course, but you need to give them the rewards for when they do display the right behaviors, which a brand will be able to identify, depending on what they need. Again, there's a concept of that identity and delivering value beyond the transaction. So after someone's purchased, don't stop there. You have to make sure that the experience continues to be at a reasonably high level, so that folks don't disconnect and feel like no one cares after the transaction, right? And so it's really about what the brand does to make their customers feel valued and heard. And then I guess the way to look at it is probably a bit of a relationship architecture, right? So with that architecture, because ultimately a brand's engagement isn't just a once-off. It's meant to be over as prolonged a period through a customer's lifetime as possible, right? So establishing the right architecture is critical, to be able to get that loyalty as an outcome that I spoke about. Of course, there's a place for for tactical things, your points, your benefits, your offers. That really should form part and parcel of a loyalty program, but it definitely shouldn't be the only thing. It should be part of a much bigger strategy, that the brand employs. And so running a program will absolutely get you repeat purchases if you do it right. Okay. But designing loyalty as a relationship will get you, loyalty and advocacy, which is what all brands these days want.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better.